Okay, welcome back to part 2. I decided to do this tutorial in 2 videos because the first one just got to be super long and I didn't want to leave anything out. So if you recall, we created these beautiful papers, which you will see us create and look at the end of part 2. And this doesn't even have a brand on it, but it was just a cheap $5 mica watercolor pigment. And in the first part 1, we tested the art skills watercolor pen. And these I purchased at Sam's, if you recall. And now in this tutorial, this part 2 rather, we're going to be comparing the King Art gel pens, mixed media gel sticks, excuse me, and then the Rose Art / Crazy Art El Cheapo Walmart dollar store, a brand of watercolor markers, and comparing and contrasting that with the professional Chromatech pretty pricey professional watercolor pigment pens. Love these, but I use them sparingly just because they were not on the cheap side. So anyway, stay tuned for part 2. And again, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you learned something and that you enjoy this tutorial. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video. All right, let's get to part 2. Okay, we are ready for our next product. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of the Crazy Art and the Rose Art because honestly, they are the same thing. I mean, literally, they're just branded a little bit differently. Little caps are a little different here, but it's pretty much all there is to it. All right, so let's just pick out some colors here. And you're going to have to scribble these on a little bit better. Not better, but harder, because they have a tip to them. You'll have to slant them. Oh my gosh. Seriously. I can't get this off. Really? This is embarrassing. I'm going to leave this in here. I have a lot of weakness in my left hand, and I have arthritis in both wrists. Well, this, and I laugh. Well, that was a workout. Okay. We don't like Rose Art right now. Their caps are on. They're really tight. Oh my gosh. Seriously. Oh my. Okay. We're not going to be using those too much because it's just too hard on my hands. All right, but you get the point. All right, let's try. Can barely see this one. Is there anything in it? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Again, another Rose Art. That's just crazy. Let's try. Crazy Art. Okay, there's a little bit there. Let's try some red. Oh, orange looks red to me, but I guess it's not. Let's try this little darker thing here. Okay, all right. And you know what? On camera, I realize that there is a ring light here. Nothing I can do about that except shut off the light, and then we'd have all sorts of lighting problems. So I'm going to leave it on there. I hope you don't mind. But let's see here. The notorious spray bottle. Okay, here we go. We're going in the right direction so we don't spray in the face. Okay, spray that here. And I'm just going to use the other side of this. I suppose I could use the same side, but that wouldn't be fair to my viewers. Okay, we're just going to pick this up a little bit here. And let's dry this. So I determined that I was not yelling at you. At least I hope you don't think I was. And this isn't exceptionally loud, so I thought I would keep it on camera so that you can see in real time. I'm not liking these as much as the other ones, but honestly, pigment is pigment, and I'm sure it's going to look really pretty. So let's see here. Just trying to get a good idea of where the color is going to be going. Again, each one of these is different, so not one is going to be the same. That would be impossible, and the only way you're going to get them the same is if you scan them into your computer. I personally think that that would be a really good idea. If you find something that you like, I would scan it to your computer, and then, of course, you'll have to have, you know, your ink reserve full in your printer. But yeah, I think that would be really pretty. I'm going to continue to spritz this. And try to pick up some more of this pigment, because it's looking a little sketchy there. No pun. Okay. Let's see, why isn't this picking up here? It's just being difficult. Okay, so we like this, okay? That's gonna look really pretty. We, me, myself, and I, we like this. It's kind of funny when you're doing videos, you're just talking to yourself. And there are drugs for that sort of thing. No, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that, but yeah. But you know what I mean. I hope. All right, so we're going to dry the front first. And then we're going to go immediately to the back. And we are going to watch it bloom, hopefully. I'm right in the middle, right here. See those beautiful blooms? I hope you are able to see them dry. This one right here in particular, it's real pretty. It's like a colored version of those beautiful clouds, you know, when they look like they're outlined in white magic marker. Those are my favorite ones. Let's see here. I'm going to put some more color right here. So let's try that. Try here. Put some more right in the middle here. Okay. Again, starting from the front just a little bit, but mostly on the back. We're going to look at this one. Look at the pretty definition there. Now we're working on this one. Getting a little toasty under there. Okay. And let's just try to swipe it and wipe it up. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I am going to, what color should I use for this? How about if we try this pretty kind of slate blue type. Blue, purplish, periwinkle bluish. Not sure what this is, but we will find out. Of course, you can mix all these colors together on your glass palette. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to spritz that a little bit more. I think I have to fill up my water bottle. Looking pretty. Here, let me just fill this up real quick. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I won't spill it all over the palette. I love these little bottles. I got a whole bunch of them, like 40 or 20, 30, 40 of them. And I make my own oxide inks. And I absolutely love these. Ooh, you know what? That would be really, really pretty. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna shake this up. The oxide that I used, you have to shake it up really, really well. Hopefully it'll come out. Oh, no, 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 don't do that to me. Okay, where there is a will, there's a way. Oh my gosh, the oxide is on the bottom. See, look, right here, shoot. I will have to unclog this, but that doesn't prevent us from doing this. Okay. I'm going to have to remember to go through and unclog all of those. There we go. All right. You can already see, even without the heat gun, you can already see that this is kind of shimmery. I'm hoping you can see that. I'm hoping I'm in camera. My chair doesn't, my chair rises to eye level, but of course, you know, my eyes are at eye level with my camera here, so I can't really see under it. If you know what I mean. Okay, let's dry this real quickly. A little bit on the front. See this right here? And this one down here? We're gonna see how those transform. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Getting a little toasty for me, so switch over here. Remember, we are literally like 2 inches away, inch and a half, 2 inches from the paper. And that's where you want to be so that you can get these to really show the detail on the blooms. And if you want to know how to make your own oxide inks, I do have a playlist on my channel. It shows you how to make them. Okay, let's see. I am liking this a lot, but I want more here. So let me continue to smush this and get a little bit more. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but I'm just taking more from the little El Cheapo Walmart palette here. That's got a bunch of mica in it. And I am spritzing it on my palette. And I'm going to put some right here. Oh my goodness, that's going to be gorgeous. Can you see this right here? Oh my goodness. pretty, 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 pretty. You know, and honestly, this is all you would need for a card front, and then just put a, you know, a stacked sentiment on it, or stamp, you know, or emboss. I mean, all of them would look equally as beautiful. You could laminate these, cut them in pieces, laminate them, and make jewelry out of them, you know, the little ones, in order to put resin on artwork. You really do have to protect it with plastic. So, wow, look at that. I am hoping you can see all that beautiful, beautiful sheen. Okay, let's see. I've got a bunch of, what do I got here? I have some other ones here that I would like to put in. Let's just do, I'm going to take one that doesn't have any mica on it, and I am going to put it on one that I think would look pretty. Just to highlight. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And you know what? It doesn't take much. Let me just dry this real quick. Sorry if I was out of frame there. Yeah, I definitely really like it better with this palette of paints here. It just adds that just incredible touch to it. I am looking. I'm gonna have to tie that spray bottle to my fingers here in a minute. I keep losing it on my table. Okay. All right. And one more time. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I lied. I'm going to go more here, right there, because why not? Sorry, I dried that. Bummer. Okay, we're going to go right there. And might as well pick up the rest of this here. Yep. Okay. Really, really loving this technique. So I hope you're finding this tutorial helpful. If you do, please like and subscribe. I don't put out a whole lot of tutorials because my health does not cooperate at times, but when I find something I really like that I haven't seen out there, I try to put it out. Because I'm very cost conscious, you know. I love all the new toys, like for example, the Better Press by Spellbinders. Oh, would love to have one, but you know what? I am glad that I didn't spend the $70 on Amazon, because it would have had to go back. You know why? I do not have a big kick. Well, I have a big kick machine, but I have a vintage. Okay, and it is literally. Okay, the width of the vintage is 6 1/4, and that's the clearance. The Better Press 6.13. Oh, are you kidding? So it wouldn't fit. So I'm not buying another machine. I'm not doing it. So I am going to be doing probably another tutorial if what I want to happen works. Then I will show you my version of a letterpress. Look at how beautiful these are. Simply out of this world beautiful. All right, let's go on to the next one. And that would be the King Art. All right, I'm just going to wipe this up. And let's see, let's take some pretty colors from these King Art. Vibrant colors here. I really, really hope this is all showing up on camera. You can tell I'm partial to blue, can't you? All right, let's just take these colors here. And we're going to scribble. I really love these. I hardly ever use them. If my fingers would cooperate, that would be really good. These are really super milky and soft, like pastels, but not really. And there's quite a bit in here. It goes all the way down to here. So for me, that was a good investment. All right. I think I want a little bit. Sorry, the hands. The hands aren't working. Gotta talk to the hands, make them work. All right. Spray bottle. I think we're gonna get a couple of cards out of this. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So let's just get this base layer done. Okay. Again with the heat gun. Okay, so you'll notice with this that there is a lot of pigment on here. So there's a lot of pigment on here. So let's just try to take out these little chunks here. Chunks of pigment. And see if that works better. I mean, there's really no one thing that you can do here. It's all going to be beautiful. It's all going to be different. You just gotta go with the flow and just keep adding layers. Let's try this real quick. First on the top. Sorry about that, I was not in frame. And so these are meant, these King Art crayon pencils, whatever you want to call them, the color gel sticks, they are meant to run. So, in other words, you just, you swath it and then you let the colors run. So let's just try that. All right. And we'll spray the paper this time. So pretty much that's what it's designed to do. Let's try this real quick, get that out of the way. I wish my cord reached longer with this heat gun, but it doesn't, so I apologize if I'm not in frame all the time. And this is pretty much the last one I think we're going to do with this technique, with these King Arts gel sticks, because I'm sure you get the point, and hopefully if you have these supplies, you've got yours out and have been following along and playing around with me as I'm giving you this technique, and if not, well, get to it. Okay, you can see that there's a little sheen on here with these King Arts, so let's see. I'm just going to continue to add layers, and the more layers you put on, the darker, of course, it will be. And if you slide it, of course, it's all going to run together. So what your goal is just to keep picking up pigment and drying it and seeing what you like. Okay, I really like how vibrant the colors are and how the blooms, how it dries. This not so much, but let's try some other colors and see what these will look like. Get some darker colors in here. Maybe that is the problem. Yeah, I have to rest my hands from this video a little bit, otherwise I will really pay for it later. Did I use that one already? Oh my gosh, I don't know. All right, and I am also going to spray some of, let's see, what color do we want to put on here? Let's put on some pretty green right here. So we are going to load this up a little bit. And put this on the palette with the rest of them, with the rest of the colors. I might be sorry I did that. We shall see. I should have just done it at the end, but you know what? We're playing, and that's all that's important. Let me just wet these colors here to activate those. And go for it. Okay, we've got a lot of pigment on here. So let's dry this. See what we're looking at. Yep, this paper is getting pretty toasty. Okay, let's see if we can get some other colors in here. Just to pick up. Okay, that's pretty cool. We want to fill in, or at least I prefer to fill mine in as much as possible so that there's very little white space showing. That's just how I prefer to do my art. Who knows, you might like white space. It is all your personal preference. Okay, let's see. This is more with these King Art gel pens. This is more of a subtle look. If that is the look you're going for, then I would suggest you do some smushing with your gel pens. They don't have to be King Art, of course. Any of the gel pens. Just use your imagination with your old supplies or your new supplies or whatever you can afford supplies. Let's see here. All right. I'm trying to get this right here. Where is it? There. Come on. Pick it up. There we go. No perfectionism here. And we have a subtle sheen with the mixture of watercolor, iridescent watercolors rather, with the King Art gel pens. So they play well together. They play quite well together. I just, I think I need a darker color. Because I'm not liking that. It's pretty, but it's not gorgeous, in my opinion. Let's see here. What do I want? Let's go for Call Me Crazy, but let's go for this green right here and see what this is going to look like. Oh, I should have cleaned that off. I'm bad. Okay. All right. Let's just see what this is going to look like. Okay. Spritz it a little bit. Not much because you already got it on there. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's dry this. We're going for a camo look. Not really, but I think it's really pretty and it will integrate well. It certainly will be unique. And so this watercolor is pretty much staying on top of the card here. I'm gonna break the rules here. Yeah, it's pretty much staying on top. So let's move this around just a little bit more. A little bit more water. There we go. This isn't the greatest color combo, but there is a clear difference between gel pens and mixing with watercolor iridescent paint and just the regular watercolor. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'll draw this up real quick. First on the top, and then mostly on the bottom. And you want to make sure when you're drying this that you move your heat gun around frequently, because you don't want to burn a hole through your paper. I mean, that would just defeat the purpose. But I'm sure that anyone who owns a heat gun and has done mixed media art, you already know that. So, I mean, just get a couple more, and then we'll finish this up. Okay, we are done with this demo here. Just gonna wipe this up a little bit. All right, so what do we have here? We have I'm getting there. We have the King Art, okay? The gel stick for this one. All right, not necessarily these colors, but this is what it looks like mixed with colors in this palette here, okay? So there is this one. And this one was, I believe, the Chromatech. And you can see the difference here, all right? So the pigment is very vibrant, all right? Hopefully that's showing up well on camera. Not necessarily these colors for this card, but I'm just giving you a demo on which ones produced what. And then these would be the Art Skills, okay? Again, not necessarily these colors, but with the addition of the iridescent paint, this is what you get with this. And I think that they are really, really beautiful. So in the order that I would use these, if I wanted to do these in bulk, I would actually choose, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one more. We can't forget the Crazy Art pencils and the Rose Art. Okay, so that's this right here. And let's see here. These were the Rose Art and the Crazy Arts, okay? And that was the iridescent made with the mica pigment, the watercolor pigment. So in the order, if I were doing this, that I would that I would, if I wanted to get some really vibrant colors and I wanted to make some really pretty cards and I had very little money, this is how I would start. I would start with a dollar store, Walmart, you know, any watercolor, okay? And I would use that one to get these results, okay? Then I would go for the art skills. Try not to let that roll off my pen. Okay. Anything with a dual tip. It doesn't have to be art skills. It just can be any pigment, but I'm showing you the difference, all right? And then here is the King Art. If I had a little bit more money to splurge, and I were you and I didn't have anything and I wanted to get started, I would go with the gel pens and invest in the mica colored pigment over there for the watercolors, and I would mix those together because they are really, really pretty. And then I think I already did these, but if I didn't, oh well, okay. This would be the Chromatech, all right? And the colors are very vibrant, all right? And of course, this is mixed with the watercolor iridescent pigment. So, Chromatech, crazy expensive. Okay, these are El Cheapo. So, this is middle of the road, $10 for like a pack of 12, all right? Your best deal is the Art Skills. I got that pack of 24, like I said, at Sam's. I think I paid $12.99. This was several years ago. There's still plenty of pigment in them because I don't use them all the time. But I really, really, really like the way these bloom with these colors. See, I did these. Look at how pretty these colors, they bloom with the Art Skills, all right? Hopefully I had been on camera all that time so you can see how beautiful these show the watermarks with these and simple water. And if you're adding the mica watercolored with the Art Skills, this is what you get with it. And I just think it's super pretty. So yeah, I would highly recommend Art Skills or something similar to that. You do not have to use your expensive pigments. But yeah, it just depends on the look that you're going for. And so I appreciate you staying with me all this time. And I'm going to put away my supplies. And yeah, let's just show you these real quick at the end. Of course, I'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at what we've done. Super, super pretty. You could make tags out of these. You could make bookmarks. Oh, you could make some ephemera. The sky is the limit. Only up to your imagination. You could do some doodling on this. Oh my goodness. It's just very, very simple. Very, very pretty technique. Super easy. Anybody can do it. And you feel like, wow, I'm a real artist. No, seriously, art is in the eye of the beholder, and all art is beautiful, in my opinion. Well, unless it's, you know, grungy vampire stuff, I don't really care for that. This was just one that I, you know, started to put together. So, compared to these, that's kind of ugly. So we'll put that on the bottom of the pile. But I want to thank you for staying with me today, for taking time to be with me. And I hope you learned something new. I hope you have loads of fun and make yourself your own paper stash. And yeah, and if you want to archive it, scan it into your computer and use it for just a lot of different things. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.